tell you, everybody is excited about Sunday's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. AEW has a tremendous night ahead of themselves. And you guessed it, man, more CM Punk drama coming out of the Wrestling Observer and Dave Meltzer. This time, Dave goes on to say that a top AEW star walked out of AEW Dynamite because of Punk, and the issues between Punk and the Elite are being seen as a ticking time bomb. Every time AEW has something good going on, let's throw some CM Punk firewood onto the fire, man, and pour some more gasoline on top of that fire to keep it burning. I don't really know why, and I honestly want to know if this is merely a way to drum up attention for the Wrestling Observer at this point. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. Let's go back a little bit. You guys know, last Saturday, the debut of AEW Collision, Punk had a promo for 10 minutes. He called the Bucks counterfeit Bucks while calling himself One Bill Phil. Then he makes a surprise appearance on Dynamite, which Tony Khan already stated that Punk would be on Dynamite when he needs him. The Elite were not in attendance in Chicago for AEW Dynamite. They were on the show, but in a pre-tape segment. Punk was there, but Punk was only there for less than 5 minutes. So Punk made a surprise appearance on Wednesday's episode of Dynamite to set up the main event for tonight's AEW Collision. Before the show, it was reported that due to the show being in Chicago, the hometown of CM Punk, AEW President Tony Khan decided not to have the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks appear live on the show. It was previously reported that the issues between AEW, CM Punk, and the Elite have not improved following his interview with ESPN, right before his return promo on AEW Dynamite. But the ESPN article was approved by Tony Khan. It was approved by AEW management. The promo that CM Punk cut on Collision was approved by management and by Tony Khan before he went out there. It was said that there is some divisiveness, and it's become worse over the last week, says Dave Meltzer. Now Meltzer is at it again, and Meltzer reported that one top star in the promotion is fearful of the ticking time bomb regarding the issues leading to another incident. This top star also walked out of AEW Dynamite in a quote-unquote bad mood because of CM Punk. Meltzer wrote, and I quote, "One top name noted to us that they went home after the show on Wednesday in a bad mood, even with key people being kept apart and not on the same shows. It was described as the fear of this being a ticking time bomb that will not have a happy ending." From the start of talks, the idea of bringing Punk back was separate from those who have issues with him, separating him from those who have issues with him, and vice versa. Thus, why we have AEW Collision and him being the star of the show and building that roster with people who don't mind being around CM Punk, while most of the other people who don't like CM Punk work the AEW Dynamite tapings. Now, Dax Harwood, he obviously had to get involved here because he's great friends with CM Punk. Both guys in FTR are great friends with CM Punk. Dax took to social media on Twitter and called out this quote-unquote top star who said there is more divisiveness backstage because of CM Punk. He went on to say first, and I quote, "I can't thank everyone in AEW enough for how well they treated Finley, his daughter, this week at Dynamite. You all made her feel so special. If there is a divisiveness that a certain individual is reporting," Dave Meltzer, "I didn't see it at all. Check the Collision locker room. This is a family." In a separate tweet, Dax says this: "This will get me some heat, but fuck it. It needs to be said. Whatever top star left the show in a bad mood because a certain individual was there, instead of running to Dave, why not just tell the individual face to face? That's how we used to do things back in the day." Well, I guess if you want to take that route, then maybe we'll have another all-out situation after the post-show media scrum, because that's exactly what got everybody in this mess in the first place. He then deleted that tweet and said, okay, I deleted the last tweet, which I just read, because fuck it, I took too much pre-workout. Y'all screenshotted it, so let's fucking go. Face is itching, chest day, collision tomorrow, end quote. You know, I know a lot of people like the drama. Some people don't like the drama. They're sick of the drama. The reason why you're not watching AEW is because you're sick of the drama. But I laugh at these reports. I really do, you know, and I appreciate Dave. I really do. I have zero problem with Dave Meltzer. I have zero problem with Brian Alvarez. I'm a big fan of Brian Alvarez and what Brian Alvarez does over for the Wrestling Observer. I love his opinions. I love listening to him. I think he's great. But this is not really making the Observer the apple of everybody's eye in the IWC. It's actually bringing more negative attention to the Wrestling Observer from all fronts, from the fans, from social media, from AEW. Now, that's not going to stop Tony Khan from not inviting the Wrestling Observer crew over to the post-show media scrums and having them invited to AEW functions and all this other shit. But the thing is, it's not really making AEW look good. That's the thing. Now, I don't know if Dave Meltzer gives a shit. I don't know if Brian Alvarez gives a shit. But this top name, I said this on Twitter, this top name that left in a bad mood. First of all, I didn't know top name also defined as pussy, because that's exactly what it reads to me. Top name is a pussy because he walked out of Dynamite because of CM Punk in a bad mood. If you're walking out because of CM Punk, who basically had less than 5 minutes of TV time on Dynamite, basically went out there to sell the Collision show coming up on Saturday and the big 8-man tag that he's going to be involved in with Ricky Starks and FTR, if you're upset that CM Punk was included on a fucking 2-hour Dynamite for 3 minutes and you walked out in a bad mood because of that, that makes you anything but a top star. I don't know who the top star is. I don't even want to go out there and speculate, but whoever is feeding this information to Dave Meltzer, I don't think that they know. They're making themselves look bad. They're making the Observer look bad, and Meltzer's falling for it. I don't know if he knows that he's being worked or not. I have no fucking clue. I said this on the last video I did about CM Punk. Dave Meltzer, he needs to know that he's being worked, because that's what it comes off as to me. Whoever this top star is making himself look bad. He's making the Observer look bad. Meltzer's falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. And it's making AEW look bad. Every time a top star says something about CM Punk negatively, CM Punk is looking more right every single time one of these reports comes out. Everything that CM Punk said back in September is ringing true because of actions like this. Of course, Dax is going to stick up for CM Punk. Of course, Cash is going to stick up for CM Punk. And I can't really sit here and tell you that Dax is wrong. Stop believing everything in the dirt sheets. I don't understand it. Why would anybody be causing a problem? Everybody was brought back and given what they wanted. CM Punk was brought back. They need him. He needs them. He wants to be paid. He signed paperwork so that this stuff doesn't happen. AEW is protected because of CM Punk signing these legal papers so that this does not happen again. CM Punk is on a very short leash, but they understand that they need him because he's the biggest star in the company. Why would they go on week one, after week one, and have things blow up again? It's not worse than it was. Nobody walked out in a bad mood. If you did, get over it. Get over yourself. It doesn't make you a top star. It makes you a fucking pussy. Top stars don't walk out in a bad mood over the most minuscule shit. Seriously, if you're a top star, you sit there and you fucking work to make the company better. You put AEW's interests at the top of your priority list, and you sit down and do business like a professional. That's what a top star does. Not walk out because CM Punk had fucking 3 minutes and cut a 2-line promo, and that was it for his inclusion on Dynamite. Give me a break. I don't know, man. I think these reports need to stop. I think whoever is feeding this shit to Dave Meltzer, I think Dave needs to cut this shit off and worry about fucking reviewing the shows and stop breaking this fucking news as if it's groundbreaking fucking news. Oh my God, here's another CM Punk drama-filled story. It's not making anybody look good. And the people that are in AEW feeding this shit to Meltzer, they're doing more harm to the company than I think they realize. And CM Punk, keeping his mouth shut, man. He ain't saying a fucking word about anything because you know what? He's there now. He knows he made his mistakes. He apologized to the right people, the people that he needed to apologize to, and he's there to do business. Why can't we all just sit down and do business? One final story, guys. AEW is bringing in a former WWE star for All In. Uh-oh. Who could it be, man? Is it Drew Galloway? If you said Drew Galloway, you are not correct. What about Goldberg? If you said Goldberg, you're kind of close, man, because I expect him to show up in AEW sooner rather than later. But no, it's not Bill Goldberg. In the latest edition of the Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that there is speculation going around about former WWE star Davey Boy Smith Jr. coming in for the show due to his father, Davey Boy Smith, beating Bret the Hitman Hart in 1992 in Wembley Stadium at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title in the main event. Meltzer wrote, and I quote, "There's been a lot of speculation regarding Davey Boy Smith Jr. and the Wembley Stadium show just for an appearance stemming back to the most famous match ever held in the stadium with his father beating his uncle Bret Hart for the Intercontinental title. As of this moment, he hasn't been talked to about it. It's basically if AEW thinks it's something that they want on the show," end quote. So, I mean, it would be a great moment if he's just there to kind of just be sitting front row as a welcomed guest for the show, or maybe they include him in the show. I have no idea. Maybe we get Bret and Davey Boy Smith Jr. on the show if they're allowed to work AEW. If Bret is allowed to work AEW, what if we get Bret and Davey Boy Smith Jr. involved in the show, and maybe he manages one side and Davey Boy Smith, that is Bret Hart, manages one side and Davey Boy Smith Jr. manages another side, and we have like a clash of worlds here, bringing both the 1992 Wembley show together with the 2023 Wembley show. I think that would be great. Who would Bret Hart be managing? Whose corner would he be in? Whose corner would Davey Boy Smith Jr. be in? I don't know. That's for the creative team to come up with something interesting and engaging. But that would be cool. That would break the monotony and formulaic of, or the formulaic idea of, yeah, let's just bring them in and we'll sit them front row and they'll be our honored guests for this momentous occasion, this historic-making show for AEW. Maybe they do something like that. But if it's up to Tony Khan, you know Tony Khan is a very, very big historian buff, wrestling historian, wrestling knowledge Tony Khan has up there, man. It is bar none. It is crazy what he knows, man, and what he grew up on, just like us. I would not be surprised if we see something like this happen at AEW All In London. Thank you guys very much for all of your support, man. I have more news coming throughout the week, or the weekend, I should say. We got a big weekend. We got this video hitting your sub boxes right now. We got AEW Collision tonight. I believe I will be live with Jesse. If not, I will be alone. But if Jesse's going to be joining me, we'll definitely be live together after AEW Collision tonight. And that big 8-man tag that CM Punk is going to be involved in. Swerve Strickland will be going one-on-one with Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Darby Allin and Sting reveal their mystery partner for the Jericho Appreciation Society at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, which right now it's rumored to be Naito, is what I'm hearing. So we'll find out all that tonight. I'll be live after the show is over, so make sure you guys tune in right here. If you missed my SmackDown post-show, it is live on the channel. Go check that stuff out. It is all on the homepage, along with everything else that you might have missed. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. And hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes minimum today on OTS. Guys, I'll see you tonight from the Beer Garden with Jesse for AEW Collision right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.